This is a 1953 Ford F100, and it's had a mild chop top done to it. Looks like the guys who did it did a good job, and we'll take a look at it in just a second. It's all original frame underneath, really good metal in the body. It has had a Chevy steering shaft put in it, and it's not a tilt steering wheel. I don't know why they did that, but it's got a Mustang 302 engine with a C4 automatic transmission. Looks like somebody put a Camaro shifter on it. This actually looks kind of cool. It would look really cool if they finish it off with a box. Shifts into reverse fine. So we're going in reverse right now. And then your neutral, drive. And this is nice. This 302 sounds like it was built with some steering box feels like it could be adjusted out a little bit more. This truck's quick. What's nice is actually when the engine's cruising, it's not super loud. Brakes stop good, they stop straight, they're not pulling to the left or right. Yeah, and when the truck is actually just sitting idling, it sounds pretty nice, yeah. You know. And then, man, when you get on it, it's got a nice roar to it. Listen to this exhaust. I mean, the thing sounds like it's got a nice little cam in it. It's just got some turn downs underneath. Or some just straight pipe with thrush. Here, hold that for me, buddy. Yep. Of course, these hoods always have a primary and a secondary. The springs, the hinges on the hood are not the greatest. They are holding the hood up, but I think they could stand to be adjusted. You can hear the engine. No exhaust leaks, no ticks. Super, super nice sounding. Great throttle response. It's got a newer aluminum radiator in it. It's of course not the original radiator. I think they took this out of a donor Mustang, this 302, and they pulled everything out with it. So runs great. Lights, tail lights work. The only thing that's not hooked up right now is the turn signals, but well, that's weird. Okay, I'm still discovering new things about this truck. Is the turn signals flashing?
No, not up here.
Okay, I lied. Turn signals work. Weird, I thought the turn signals weren't hooked up. Okay, cool. I don't know why I thought that. Well, I haven't had this truck for very long. I've only taken on it a few short drives. So that's great. Now the hood, like I said, the hinges are a little bit compromised. So when we'll drop the hood down, pull that secondary on it, finish it off with the primary, and then the back is still kind of hanging out here. So that'll need to be adjusted. It's got the hot rod style louvered hood, and the only major rust, if you want to call it major, on the whole truck that I've seen is there's some rust right here in the front of the hood. Other than that, this truck is basically rust free, that from what we can tell. It's got a nice roll pan front and rear, so the original bumpers have been deleted. It's got brand new chrome wheels. I believe they're 8s in the front and 9s in the back, with the V8 Ford center caps, you know, like little baby moons. Super straight body, clean cab corners. Bed of the truck is, I mean, this truck is really straight. This is a truck that could be blocked out and a nice paint job could be put on it with a little bit of work. Recessed lights in the back. Like I said, the lights work. Just found out the brakes work. The lights work. The turn signals work. Man, the body on this truck is super straight. In fact, I took the truck when I was up in North Carolina. I took it by Rusty Nuts, and they took a look at the chop top, and he said it looked like they did a good job. I wanted to show the chop top work. Now the welds on the top are going to need to be re-skim coated, but where your main concerns are when they do a chop top is the backs and sides and your post pillars. Those are the main concerns. The top metal can always be fixed. So you can see some Bondo cracking here. It's just old and they didn't do that great of a job because it's a hot rod. So you'll wanna, if you want it to look super nice, you'll wanna blast the top down and then do a new skim coat job on it. But the welding's been done great. Original gauges in the dash, I don't believe are hooked up. Looks like a while back that was cut for a tape player, so unfortunately that's been compromised, but it's, you know, opportunity to maybe put a CD player in, or you can always repair that. Top of the dash looks really good. Still has the original rear view mirror. Still has a heater in it. I don't think it's hooked up. No, I know the heater's not hooked up. Bottoms of the doors are in pretty good shape. There's a couple tiny little rust holes here. I can try and get this camera to zoom in on. There they go. Other than that, there's one little one there. But other than that, the bottom of the door is really solid. Hinge pockets are super solid. It's just, I know if you're watching this video, you're looking at this truck to buy it, and these are the places that, you know, these trucks rust out. So cab corners look good, solid. Either they're original or somebody did a good job replacing them. I mean, honestly, that looks like original. The step-ups are fiberglass, which means they'll never rust. The grill's got the V8, original V8 emblem in it. That's awesome. Same on this. I just want to show the doors, hinge pockets over here. I mean, whoever started this project to do a chop top on it, they chose this. I can tell that they chose this truck intentionally because it's the bottom of this door is completely rust free. So somebody chose this truck because it was a very minimal rust truck. Got a couple of tiny little holes here, very tiny. And then back of the cab corner looks good. Inside the bed is very straight. I mean, almost to the point that I wonder if that, in fact, this piece of metal right here may be new. Looks like it probably is. Typically these old trucks, they were work trucks, and every time the guys threw their tools in the back and filled the back up with stuff, you know, they would bang up the back of the bed. So for it to be that straight, it's probably brand new, but it looks really good. Sides of the bed are obviously original and look really good, and the custom roll pin in the back. I mean, this truck is well on its way to being a really cool hot rod. Super desirable. Obviously the step-ups are not going to have any rust in them. Down here, down low, outside of the doors, no rust in them. Your original tank placement. If I can get past that tank with the camera and show you, the floor pans are clean. You've got surface rust but no rust. I mean, this is a clean truck. When it comes to being rust free, I would almost advertise this as, I would say 99% rust free. I mean, look at these inner fender wells. I mean, it's super, super clean. To be honest, this is the first time I've looked at this close at the truck. Here I am doing it with the camera. So if I sound surprised, there's one little spot of rust there. It's genuine surprise. Good grief. Look at that. This is really, really clean. This is a nicer truck than I thought it was when we got it, Glenn.
Is it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that there's no rust on it and that this is all original metal.
It's cool.
It's got the original battery box placement there. That needs to be secured better. It's kind of hanging on. Frame rails in perfect condition. Yeah, I'm really impressed with this truck. I took a good look at it before we brought it into the shop, and now it looks like it does have the original rear end in it. Yeah, my immediate response was, wow, this is a nice truck. But now that I'm doing a super close inspection, somebody's gonna really love this thing. These are the trucks we get in and sell in a day usually.
Yeah,
so of course,
calling in every week. Where's the new truck?
I know, where are the trucks, man? Where are the trucks? We can't keep trucks in. In fact, if you're into trucks and this one's not for you, take a look at homepage on our website, you can sign up for our email list, and we only send an email out when we get new inventory in. But a lot of times we get new inventory in, send that email out, and within half an hour somebody's called us and bought what we just got in. This window crank rolls up and down as it should, but it's got a piece of plexiglass down inside of it. At some point somebody just cut a piece of plexiglass and shoved it in there. The other side is real glass. It's got a crack in it, but the mechanism is rolling up and down as it should.
Yeah.
I believe you can roll that the rest of the way up. Yeah, you know.
Just kind of got it a little bit.
Oh, okay. So actually, it looks like it needs to be. So the windows are going to need to be dialed in then.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. This thing's really cool. I think somebody will appreciate it also for the fact that the frame has been unmolested. There's a lot of guys out there that really want to do their own front clip, or they just want to keep it original. The downside to that is it's got a little old school play in the steering wheel, so it steers a little more like, it steers like original. It really does. But it doesn't drive like original. I mean, that engine is super powerful. The transmission shift's great, and this would be a great one for if you're going to put a clip on it. You do it yourself. You do it the right way. You're not getting somebody else's mistakes or junk. And I get a lot of phone calls from guys who want trucks, but when they find out somebody else clipped it, they want to pass on it because they don't want to have to fix somebody else's mistakes. They want to do their own Mustang 2 front end. I also love the fact that this has got a Ford engine and transmission in it, not a Chevy. Praise God, somebody did something right this time. So for all you Ford owners out there, please stop putting Chevrolet engines in your Fords. So anyways, all right, put a Lincoln in it.